Today's video, we're going to be checking out the Funko Stranger Things vinyls. This is 11 and Barb. To find out how tall these are, let's grab the tape measure. 11 is a little over 4 inches. Well, of course, Barb's going to be a little bit taller. She's closer to about 5 inches. If something seems strange, no pun intended, with the way that Barb is standing, that's because both of these come with clear display stands. Unfortunately, though, Barb's cannot fit in her feet. It seems as if the peg, this peg right here, the larger of the two, just simply does not fit into her feet. It's way too big. A little bit of force, I can get obviously one peg in, but I can't get the other one in. So I might have to try to find another base, another stand, to get proper footing for Barb. By the way, she is a little top heavy, so she's just not going to stand anyways. So ultimately, I just have to use kind of one stand for the time being, or one peg for to peg into her foot. 11, on the other hand, perfectly stands fine. Once again, the mixing and matching of different pegs, I wish they were all kind of universal. Granted, 11 does have a wider stance than Barb, so it would make sense that she obviously has a wider peg than the Barb vinyl has. Both of them do need stands, though, because they really don't stand very well on their own. Having a look at 11 first. Now, these are based on Stranger Things, the first season, so of course you'll get 11 with her more shorter hairstyle versus what she got in season 2. She sports her pink dress, I was going to say white dress, her pink dress, blue jacket, and she's got some socks and shoes. Paint is a little, I have to admit, rough on this figure. Just doesn't look like they've finished it. You get areas on the back where it just doesn't look like the paint's been 100% finished. Areas on her arms look like they've got paint almost smudged off. And even like her dress doesn't look like it's really all that complete. You can see a very stark line running across the lower portion of her dress, and it just doesn't look like the paint, at least the pink paint, hasn't been really finished. Some splotches here into her socks as well. It's unfortunately a bit of a messier looking vinyl. And strange again, I'm certain when I did the reviews of the other vinyl figures, I mentioned that the paint actually on these are pretty clean. 11, unfortunately, just doesn't seem to fall within that same sort of parameter. She's very messy in the way of her paint. Her face is actually pretty good. A more angrier looking face, and she's got a little drip of blood running down from her nostrils there. This is also one of those instances where the vinyl figure doesn't just have the arms down to the sides of the body. 11 here has her hand spread out. You can kind of like twist the head as well, so it looks like she's really focusing her efforts on the one side there. While we can also talk about it too, she does have head articulation, nothing in the way of arms. I kind of wish that these would have arm articulation. It just seems like an obvious one. Plug in those simply you just have like a little knob on the either end of the arm and plug it into the socket. You'd be able to rotate the arm. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot extra that they would have to do to it. Clearly, the arms have to be installed anyways. I don't know why they just don't make them, posable. But you can't rotate them at all. There is 11. We'll get her on her stand. There we go. Put her down and have a look at Barb. Poor Barb. I will not say too much, because for maybe fans or not fans of Stranger Things, but maybe that would want to watch the show, you are missing out, by the way, if you haven't checked out Stranger Things. But I won't say too much about Barb here. Poor Barb. That's all I'll say. She has a much broader head sculpt. Of course, a big mountain-sized amount of hair on the top of her head. She also has cool looking glasses, which are slightly like a translucent, almost peach color. Her eyes are closed shut. She has some freckles. Looks like she's got some makeup on, some earrings. A really nice looking outfit that she's got, reminiscent of what she looked like in the show. Again, like paint. I don't know if you can see it or not. Looks like there's... It literally looks like somebody painted it and then put their thumbprint on it. I can't quite make out, obviously, you know, thumbprint marks, but it does look like the paint's been just worn off on it. The shoes kind of suffer a little bit of that as well. I have to admit, these Stranger Thing vinyls don't really have the cleanest amount of paint at all. Posability on Barb is the exact same on 11. Her head just kind of rotates all the way around, and that's it. Be nice if they, again, had some arm articulation. We're going to be having a look at the other set as well of these. I don't think there is a Demogorgon yet to be released from the vinyls. I certainly hope, though, if they haven't already, they will soon. Yes, it is a real shame that the paint on both of these vinyls is a little on the rougher side. I just finished, literally just finished, not too long ago, having a look at, it might have even been the Rick and Morty, and I had said that the paint on them is generally pretty clean, and then sure enough we look at the Stranger Thing vinyls, and it's quite the opposite. The paint's finished, but it just doesn't look like, it looks like it's been sloppily done, and in some instances it looks like the paint's been just worn right off, and I'm not really sure why, what would have caused that, but it really seems like Funko could up their game a little bit when it comes to painting these vinyl figures, as clearly these two really suffer the most so far from what I've seen. Still, though, fans of Stranger Things probably would want to pick these up for themselves. As far as I know, there's only two packs. There may also be more, but those are the only two that I've been able to find at comic book stores. So, of course, we're going to look at the second set in a future video. If you guys haven't had a chance to hit that little subscribe button down below, make sure you do so. Of course, more videos will be coming your way if you guys also specifically want to go and check out the vinyl reviews. I've got a vinyl playlist on this channel that you can watch at your viewing pleasure. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.